Buen dia. Hi guys, Sarah Lingadish here. It's time for another The Weekend Feels Energy Report from Madeira with love. How are you guys doing out there in our new, crazy, wild, weird, undetermined, yet to be discovered and created world we're living in? So we are in an incredible time, people. We are living through incredible times because we are in the process of such a massive transformation, and everyone is transforming. Everyone in the world is being pushed to change in so many ways, within, without. Our world, the systems in place are all changing, and it can only lead us to where we need to go, to what we need to do. And it's this collective push that's forcing us all to awaken, to step up, to become more creative, to listen to our intuition, to be more connected with ourselves and with the people we care about, and to do only the things that are important to us. So, we are working towards creating a new earth, a new reality, a new mind frame, a new system. And it's a beautiful, beautiful time to be alive. And I feel so grateful to be here. And I'm so grateful for you to be here listening with me and doing your own work and helping uplift and move the consciousness and the evolution of humanity. Okay, this weekend, what have we got here? Well, this week we had an incredible super full moon in Libra, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. And this full moon, although it was in some complicated aspects with some of the heavier astrological energies, this full moon was still in Libra, and Libra is a beautiful energy for us to be working with right now. Libra is ruled by Venus, and so everything Venusian has been stimulated with this full moon. And so Venusian being mostly relationships, well, the way we relate to ourselves, to those around us, and to our lives. Also the way we love, the way that we communicate our love, also our finances, also our material world, our comfort, our pleasure, our surroundings, beauty. Libra is also beauty because Venus rules beauty and love and pleasure in the material world. Okay, so this full moon was really inviting us to examine our relationship with relating, the way we relate to other people, the way we relate to ourselves, and to beautify, harmonize, and balance our environment, our quarantine homes, and the way we are every day. Okay, so this energy, full moon energy, guys, like the full moon is basically the most intense. There's a buildup of energy right before full moon, and the full moon happens with this intense build of energy, but then it takes another 6-month cycle to go through the process of what was instigated and started on this full moon. So whatever was revealed, full moons illuminate and reveal things that often are hidden. So whatever has been revealed this full moon, we'll start to process that, and there'll be a change to that aspect in our lives, that Libran aspect in our lives. Finances, relating, love, beauty, okay, all those things, there'll be a change and a transformation process that will take us 6 months into the future. So whatever came up for you in the last couple days is something that you'll be working through in the next 6 months, whether you're conscious of it or not. If you're conscious of it, ainda bem, you can really work with that energy and be conscious of how you're choosing to relate to people, how you're choosing to communicate with people. Another thing, this week we have some good news. Energetically speaking, we have 2 pretty big shifts of energy happening in our skies. And the first one has a connection with this full moon. Libra, Venus, okay? Because Libra is Venus ruled. Taurus is also Venus ruled, okay? But this full moon in Libra stimulated Venus's presence in our lives. And Venus has just switched signs from its exalted position in Taurus. It's just moved into Gemini. Gemini being mutable air, the sign of fast-paced intellect, exchanging of ideas, social, butterfly, communicating with all kinds of people. And it's also the sign of duality. Okay, so Venus has just moved into Gemini, but this holds a particular poignancy right now because we are just entering, Venus is entering her shadow. We call this the shadow, the period leading up to her retrograde motion. Retrograde being what appears when a planet slows down and appears to move backwards. So this year we are having a pretty intense Venus and Gemini cycle, which will last about 3 to 4 months, which is a very long time for a Venus cycle. So Venus is being examined. Our Venusian life is being examined. We've just entered shadow, which means what's coming up for us right now is going to be sort of a process we're working through over the next 3 to 4 months, okay? So what's happening is this full moon sort of instigated how we are relating to how we relate. Again, ourselves, others, love, romance, love, all forms of love, self-love, love of friends, love of family. Romance is just one part of love. Often when people say love, they fixate on this beautiful, fantastical idea of romantic love. It's not the only kind of love, of course. And romantic love can only be stimulated when the loving, your heart, is stimulated within already. So it's like the love is already in you. You're just mirror reflecting with someone else, okay? So this Venus in Gemini is going to push us to fuse the duality within. Gemini is the sign of the twins, so it's a duality, and at its higher octave, it's the fusion of the masculine, feminine. It's the fusion of the dark and the light. It's the fusion of our paradoxes. So obviously we're attempting to achieve the higher octaves of the Gemini energy. Okay, so with this Venus cycle, we're really being pushed, and there'll be a very karmic energy that will enter soon, in about a month, which I will talk about in the future. But Gemini, our Gemini part of life, and everyone has Gemini in their chart, in their existence. We all have every sign, every planet, okay, in our existence, energetic existence. So whatever is your Gemini part of life, and wherever your Venus is going to be extra stimulated. That also means Taurus, because they're ruled by Venus, will also be stimulated. So this Gemini part of life, this Venusian part of life, is entering a transformational moment. We're being changed, and we're being pushed. Like, are we too afraid to transform the way we relate, the way we communicate, the way we love, the way we deal with our finances, the way we deal with the material world? Well, we are going to go through a radical transformation in those aspects of life in the next 3-4 months. So if you're making decisions now, or you're making realizations now, it only indicates that you're on the path to discovering your new identity. We're being pushed to be bolder, braver, more courageous with this fire energy of Aries. We're still in Aries season. for another week. So we can really use this fire that's pushing us to examine how we want to relate, how we want to be in relationship, pushing us to be more honest and authentic and asking for what we want. It's pushing us to transform, you know. Are you going to stay in an old manner of being, or are you going to transform? You're going to transform, because what else is there to do? We're being still pushed to face our fears, pushed to look at the uncomfortable darkness. We're still in a bit of a light and dark dance between the light and the dark, because we do have some still heavy aspects with the heavier hitting planets, okay? So it's still forcing us to look at our fears, examine what we're afraid of, and work through it. And, you know, if fears are coming up, it's because you need to work through the fears. This whole crisis is pushing humanity to learn to face fears, to take bold and courageous moves, and to build our new earth, to innovate our new system, to create our new world. We need everyone to step up. So this moment in time is a beautiful moment to examine all of these things, right? It's pretty clear that we're going to be here for a while. I think we will be in this sort of isolated existence until, you know, end of May at least. We'll see what happens. You know, I think by next week, the 14th, around the middle of the week, next week, we'll start to get some clarity. There's some good energy that's going to start to clear away the chaos and the confusion about what's been happening. We'll start to see some clarity next week about what is our long-term as in months ahead of us. But the only reason I bring this up is because we still have time to work through, to process all this stuff. So this is the moment to do the work, to do the shadow work, to let go of what no longer serves you, to step into your new reality, you know? If you were holding back from expressing yourself in the past, now's the time. And you know, we're transforming the way we connect and we communicate, but we can start online. We can start before we get back into the world, into our new lives. You know, we can discover our new way of being authentically ourselves. So this is a very exciting, expansive, enthusiastic moment, magical moment to rediscover or discover for the first time, like who you are, what you truly desire, how you want to be in the world, how you want to communicate, how you want to connect, okay? Everyone has a unique way of connecting. So it's a great time to examine that. What else is happening, guys? Oh yeah, okay, so we also have a big shift of energy coming this weekend. Mercury, the planet of communication, technology, travel, is shifting out of the sign of Pisces into the sign of Aries, which is great news for us. I love Pisces energy, but Pisces energy ruled by Neptune can be very confusing, can be very mystical, magical, in the clouds. And, you know, we've been through quite a confusing, crazy time where we've been there's been clouds over our eyes. Like we haven't been able to get all the information. We haven't been able to understand exactly what's happening. I'm back. Back to Mercury and Aries. So basically, we're going to start to get more clarity in the way that we communicate, in our technology situations, but more than anything, I think we'll start to feel more clear. We will understand where we are. We will understand what's being fed to us through our media and our governments. We're going to have a bigger, better understanding of what the heck is going on. and how we need to proceed. And it's really going to help us with our communications with our loved ones and the people in our world. So Aries, we have one more week of Aries season. And Aries season is combined with Mercury in Aries and Chiron in Aries. So we have some Aries energy happening. And Aries is cardinal fire, which is the instigator. It pushes us forward. And Aries has enthusiasm and excitement and optimism, and coupled with this great shift with our Venus, we're really being gifted now some beautiful energy to work with. We're going to have Mars and Venus working together. They're in a great aspect over the next over April, really. So this is going to help us to fuse our masculine and feminine, our action, our desire, our receptivity, and the duality of exterior, interior. We have some great energy to work with now. So it's really the time to work with all this energy. We are really being asked to make choices, and as the month proceeds, to take actions towards the life you want to live. And there's absolutely no reason why you cannot have a beautiful, beautiful life. And actually, this whole thing is happening so that everyone can reassess themselves, can get in contact with themselves, to understand who they are, why they're here, and what they need to do in this world. So this is an up-leveling and upgrading of monumental proportions. So let's take this energy and let's push towards our beautiful, brilliant, bright future, okay? We always need to be full of gratitude for what we do have. And this weekend especially, let's really enjoy the pleasure of what we have created in our life, what we have done, and celebrate where we are on this road, this wild ride. Because if you are healthy, if you're taking care of your immune system, if your family's okay, if your loved ones are okay, you have every reason to celebrate who you are and how far you've come. So let's always enjoy that gratitude and celebrating what we do have when we have it. Okay, guys, I want to show you the card I pulled for you today for us. This is a beautiful watery card, the inner voice, okay? This, again, Osho deck. The inner voice card is really asking us to look at the truth within. When we have so many voices speaking us from all over, we can lose touch with what our inner truth, our inner voice is. And we only have to sit with ourselves and listen to, get all that noise out of the way so that we can center, silence, and find our inner voice, because our inner voice always knows what to do. You have all the tools, you have everything within you. You've got this. You're supported, okay? Guys, I want to say that I feel really grateful. Today, my French band, Pacific Shore, that I work with quite regularly, we've been working for quite some time now on a new record called Two Kingdoms, and we're releasing the record today. And I'm really excited about this because I think it's Pacific Shore's best work yet. And I feel so grateful to have co-wrote 7 of the songs. And the reason I really believe in this record is the themes on the record are so current and so important right now. It comes in 2 parts. There's the light side, the dark side, the 2 kingdoms. And it's about that duality of being human and divine and having infinite potential. And, it explores themes of letting go, of love, of finding yourself as the masterpiece of growing towards the light. I mean, there's beautiful stuff in there. I'm going to share the link at the bottom of this video, and I hope you can take some time to listen to this, opus of work that we've worked on. I feel really proud and really grateful to Pacific Shore and to this experience. It's some beautiful work that I hope you can enjoy. Okay, tonight I'm going to be celebrating and listening to the whole record. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, again, guys, I am doing natal chart readings. So if you guys feel called to understand yourselves and your life mission, feel free to contact me and I will send you all the info about that. Okay, guys? So much love. Beijinhos and força. Okay, this is a powerful, magical, beautiful time. So let's do what we need to grow towards the light and uncover that beautiful masterpiece that you have hidden within you. Okay, ciao, beijinhos.